This diagram tracks the exponential trajectory of the agricultural IoT sector. By early 2026, the global market reached a valuation of $9.51 billion, supported by the deployment of trillions of individual sensor nodes across the world's arable land. That capital investment reflects an operational pivot toward outcome-based, real-time intelligence. Industrial producers now require high-density sensor grids to monitor exact moisture and nutrient levels acre by acre. But those dense grids run on lithium-based cells, creating a maintenance paradox. When a commercial operator deploys a moisture sensor in a remote field, they are purchasing a strict maintenance schedule. On a 10,000-acre plot, the labor cost required to physically locate and replace thousands of dying batteries frequently exceeds the initial cost of the hardware itself. Beyond the economics, this scattered power network is an active environmental liability. When these dispersed lithium-ion cells inevitably degrade in the dirt, they breach, leaking toxic trace elements directly into the soil we rely on to grow food. For industrial-scale operators, power logistics have replaced data acquisition as the terminal bottleneck of modern precision farming. The standard assumption is that renewable surface power, specifically solar, provides the solution to these field logistics. Field reality dictates otherwise. Agricultural solar panels are quickly caked in mud, obscured by rapid crop shading, or rendered useless because the sensors themselves must be buried at root level, far away from any sunlight. This failure creates the battery cemetery. Thousands of dead plastic and chemical units are permanently abandoned, left in the ground when they can no longer hold a charge or receive a signal. In early 2026, researchers at Northwestern University finalized a design that abandons the concept of external power entirely. Scaling the next decade of agriculture requires a move toward the soil itself, harnessing natural carbon metabolism to keep data flowing. The biological engine driving the system relies on a specific class of bacteria known as exoelectrogens. As these microbes decompose organic carbon in the dirt, their natural metabolic process spontaneously sheds electrons. In standard soil, those electrons simply dissipate into the earth. We have understood this process since 1911. Early horizontal soil microbial fuel cells routinely failed. If a rainstorm flooded the soil, the cell suffocated. If a drought set in, the electrons stopped moving. The 2026 Northwestern breakthrough solved this historical reliability problem through a specific geometric innovation. They reoriented the entire cell from a flat horizontal layout to a perpendicular one. This cross-section shows the perpendicular design. The high-conductivity carbon felt anode is buried deep, retaining moisture to keep microbes active during dry spells. Meanwhile, the vertical cathode peaks above the soil under a waterproof cap, ensuring continuous access to surface oxygen. By physically separating the hydration and oxygen requirements, this specific geometry stabilizes the unpredictable Earth, turning the dirt into a reliable energy trap. Quantitative field trials from 2026 prove the efficacy of this layout. The new cell produces 68 times the power required for basic sensor operations. That output relies heavily on microbial strain selection, while early models used mixed consortia known as EM4. Introducing a pure 25% concentration of Escherichia coli alters the power density significantly. This equation details the exact peak power density achieved by the pure E. coli strain, reaching 174.075 milliwatts per square meter. Pure bacterial strains eliminate the chaotic biological pathways found in mixed cultures. They create a focused, efficient electron flow straight through the carbon felt substrate. Selecting the right microbe acts as the chemical tuning of the battery, setting the baseline limits of its power output. Despite its reliability, this technology hits a hard thermodynamic wall: substrate depletion. The microbes require organic carbon to function. Without new organic matter introduced by rain or root exudates, the fuel cell will eventually starve. This graph maps the bioconflict. Pure E. coli spikes power but degrades rapidly, while resilient EM4 cultures offer decade-long service. Additionally, if soil moisture tops below 4%, ionic conductivity breaks down, preventing exoelectrogens from bridging electrons to the anode. While this power source is theoretically perpetual, its survival is dictated by baseline soil hydration and the availability of local organic matter. To make milliwatts of power useful, the device requires an efficient transmission method called RF backscatter. RF backscatter bypasses the need to generate radio signals. Instead, the sensor reflects ambient radio waves, attaching its data to the bounce. Meanwhile, microbial current trickles into a capacitor until full, expending just enough energy to blink the packet to a hub. That hardware is managed by a machine learning layer integrated directly into the soil networks, utilizing random forest and gradient boosting algorithms. By analyzing real-time pH and soil moisture, this software achieves a predictive accuracy of 0.92. It calculates exactly when the soil is drying out and anticipates power dips before they happen. This predictive intelligence allows the micropower hardware to survive extreme droughts by dropping into deep sleep modes, preserving its capacitor charge until the moisture returns. Soil microbes will never achieve the power density required to run high-load industrial machinery like tractors. The actual target utility is much smaller, optimizing specifically for the Internet of Small Things, the low-power data nodes that yield high operational value. This limitation has triggered a commercial shift, moving the agricultural industry away from continuous hardware replacement and toward data as a service. Because these sensors do not die from battery failure, their continuous signals can be permanently integrated with satellite-based detection models. This creates a holistic, real-time map of farm health that never goes offline. The sensor has evolved from a consumable piece of hardware into a permanent, integrated feature of the agricultural landscape. This longevity directly counters the geopolitical vulnerability of the lithium trap. Following global supply chain instability in the mid-2020s, manufacturers sought an exit strategy from conflict-mined rare earth minerals. Soil microbial fuel cells bypass those materials entirely. They are built using locally sourced carbon felt and 3D printed plastics, making the technology geopolitically agnostic. For massive farming operations, the economic benefit is immediate. The high-cost line item of lithium disposal is eliminated over the sensor's 10-year service life. This global map tracks the economic trajectory of that shift. As manufacturing decentralizes to localized hubs, the global agriculture IoT market is projected to reach $13.25 billion by 2032. The 2026 deployment effectively merges 19th century biology with 21st century silicon, utilizing the soil we once tried to keep out of our electronics as a primary power source. Industrial agriculture has successfully engineered a completely battery-free internet, powered entirely by the metabolism of the earth itself.